Football fan Cedric Golden here. The Texas Longhorns are 3-0. They rolled UTSA 56-7 as expected, but we saw a new storyline develop on Saturday, September 14th, 2024. Quinn Ewers played great, but he went down with an oblique injury with 12 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. This after he completed 14 of 16 passes for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did nothing to hurt his Heisman Trophy cause early in the season, but that injury shelved him on this one, and enter Arch Manning, and boom, the kid went slap off. A 19-yard catch and run to DeAndre Moore for a TD, put the Horns up 21-0. Then 63 seconds later, he sprinted for a 67-yard touchdown with an ankle-breaking juke of a UTSA defender, putting him in the open. And that was just the appetizer. In a span of 2 minutes and 16 seconds of the third quarter, he hit Isaiah Bond with a 51-yard bomb, then followed with a 71-yarder to Ryan Wingo. He finished 9 of 12 for 223 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and another one on the ground. That's 5 touchdowns in 17 plays from scrimmage. You talk about instant offense. You talk about making a huge impact on a team that's already on the short list of best in the country. I'm telling you, Arch Manning was box office. He carries himself like a 33-year-old veteran of 10 Pro Bowls, but he's only 19. Now, we don't know how long Quinn will be out, but if he's out for an extended period, Steve Sarkisian's fine. The Horns have games coming up against Louisiana Monroe and Mississippi State. Those are games that Texas should win by double digit no matter who's playing quarterback. He has the luxury of not having to rush Quinn back for those games. And better yet, after the Mississippi State game, the Horns have a bye week before they enter that double against the Oklahoma Sooners and the Georgia Bulldogs. So that's going to be a fun month coming up. Either way, they remain an ultra-explosive offense no matter who's the quarterback. They threw for 427 yards and 6 touchdowns, albeit against an overmatched opponent that lost 49-10 to Texas State last week. Arch Manning was the story of this one, but let's give some flowers to that defense that's given up only 19 points through its first 3 games, the most stingy crew we've seen around here since the early 80s. The sack men finally showed up. Colton Vasek, Colin Simmons, and Leonga Lafau broke through, and fellow edge rusher Ethan Burke scored on a 30-yard interception return to close out the scoring. Friends, this is not hyperbole, but we just might be witnessing the best team in all of college football. There's a lot of ball left to be played, of course, but the Horns are rolling, and they could very well move past Georgia into that top spot of the 2 major polls. The Bulldogs did struggle, but edged past Kentucky 13-12. Texas will most certainly be favored by at least 2 touchdowns in these next 2 games, and then that bye week will come anytime you can get a bye week and cut down on some of these injuries. Sarkisian says they're pretty nicked up at this point. You just want to make it through these next 2 games and not have too many major players get hurt. It will be interesting to see what happens and who will be under center when those money games arrive. That will do it for week 3. The Horns are rolling, and we saw yet another weapon emerge in young Arch Manning. Stay locked into statesman.com and hook'em.com, where Danny Davis, Thomas Jones, David Edgar, Caleb Young, and yours truly have this thing covered from pillar to post. And check out our own Second Thought and Longhorn Confidential podcast wherever you get your pods. That'll do it for now, and we'll see you next time.